All right, how about now? Yeah, user error. Now we're rocking. Yes. All right. So how is everybody? Let's try it again. Awesome. I love that. Jeez. All right. So we believe in creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration to inspire our people to achieve their business goals and design a legacy worth leaving. As I always say, the numbers are showing that this is continuing to come to fruition, especially with everything that we're doing from a collaborative standpoint. We'll talk about it, but the one of the coolest things that has happened is I guess it was last week. Was that last week? We had an ALC happy hour that combined both ALCs, the Mount Pleasant ALC and the West Ashley ALC. And I've been a part of KW for a long time, 7 years. I have no idea. It's flown by, obviously. And I've never seen that in the 7 years that I've been a part of KW. It was such a cool thing to have everybody mingle, talking about business, talking about life, just having fun. It was awesome. So that's part of this collaboration piece. So I love it. We can't do great things like this without great partners. So Hannah and Sandy, I assume I'm Vince. I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself.
I don't know if I'll need that. I feel like
It's for the Zoom
I was
world,
gonna say,
yeah.
I speak pretty loud. All right.
I do too.
I've never used it, so
That's where the.
perfect. Nice spotlight too. My name is Hannah, as that says. I'm the associate attorney with Riley Pippin Laney. Our office is located downtown on the corner of Meeting and George Street, with parking available underneath, which is great for downtown because it can be a little frustrating for people and clients. I focus on residential real estate transactions along with Sandy, our awesome paralegal. We also have two other attorneys who do commercial and business. So that's been really great, especially we have a lot of people wanting to buy in LLCs, so we can actually form that and close simultaneously. A little bit of background about me. I went to the Charleston School of Law, and I actually was a real estate pre-closer and closer before becoming a real estate attorney. So I really like to be hands-on from beginning to end, including at that closing table. I always give out my personal information, but hopefully y'all will never have to use it, because once you submit a contract, we handle the law side of things. So you can go back, focus on all your clients and the crazy market that we have. And I'll let Sandy introduce herself as well. Are you good? Okay. Well, Sandy's awesome. She has 25 years of experience, more than that, right? Yeah. So it's really great. I love working with Sandy and our other two attorneys as well. Do you guys have any questions for me? Yeah, no problem. And yes, please grab some Chick-fil-A. I hope there's some left over for everyone.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
And all that
Yeah,
stuff,
I
like
think-
cards and stuff.
Yeah, I have my cards. I think she's gonna send out my information as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So, I'm like in the. So we start the same way every time. Who saw the? I talked about this last time, and I hadn't even watched it. But the Happiness Advantage, Sean Acor, that speech that he did at Family Reunion. Who saw it? A few people, right? Yeah, I'm sure more people have now saw it because I think it's on the recording now, right? The recording's out. So I recently read the book, and the whole thing talks about how happy people actually are more productive. It's a fascinating thing, at least to me. And everything starts with gratitude, right? Gratitude is the foundation of happiness, and it's fascinating. So for the last however many years we've been doing this, 3 years, we always start with gratitude. So who wants to fill a bucket? Maybe something that somebody has done amazing for you, somebody that you just want to tell they are awesome, or something that's going great. Who wants to start? Love it.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Johnny Pieper. Nice to see you guys. I wanted to do a little shout out and a little gratitude to my good friend Delisha, who has been amazing through all of my education in my first year. And I've used a lot of skills that you taught me just in the last couple of months. So I just want to send a special thanks.
Let's give it a hand. Oh.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Who's next? Who wants to go? Oh, there's a few back here. Make me walk. Don't trip over the wires.
I want to share gratitude for Scott for coming yesterday for our second Wealth Building Wednesday. It was really awesome. When you think about it, the other two guests that we had there, we could help them financially. Scott did this as a way to pay it forward to the agents in the office, and I think he deserves a massive round of applause.
So my gratitude goes to all of the Ignite teachers. Y'all have always been amazing, but now that my office is within earshot, every class has just been absolutely amazing. And the feedback that I've gotten from the new agents has been over the top. And we are just very thankful that y'all are willing to just collaborate and share your knowledge. So don't think that it goes unnoticed.
All right, give me one more.
I'm Kristen. I'm one of those new agents in the classes, and gratitude goes for the same thing. Keller Williams in general, this office, Vince, everybody's been just absolutely outstanding, and I'm happy to be here.
You got to come up to the front. Whoa, this is exciting.
No, I know exactly. Well, now I'm going to take my gratitude back because no, I want to give a couple gratitudes specifically to our leadership team from Lynn and I. I'm looking around. I had a couple of specific ones I want to give today, but I look around, look at this training room. Ooh, got a little choked up about the training room. We're not in Suite 105 anymore. And Suite 105 did us very, very well, but it's this current leadership team is a force to be reckoned with. And I'm super proud of them for some couple specific things. Winnie, your leadership in YP and what you're doing with that. Winnie was on our regional call on Monday. She's a great ambassador for that, which is fantastic. Tiffany and her regional work and now national work with the MCA stuff. Vince is leading I don't know what this team thing is that you're doing, but the Hungry Buffaloes. And just to see even the small things like the happy hour, that was such a good point. I mean, this is something that we've been talking about as a leadership team for years to basically tear down the bridges, for lack of a better way to put it. But I'm just incredibly grateful to watch this leadership team just come together and do what they're doing. And I name like leadership team that's here. I mean, it includes the ALC, the agents and everything, but our current leadership team and Kristen, your patience in this office move and everything has been formidable. So anyway, that's my gratitude for our leadership team. So that's it.
Right, let's rock and roll. We got February. Man,
Wow.
that is bright. That was good. I like it.
Right?
So
Happy St. Patty's Day.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day. That's exciting. Yeah. So February Winston's taking a huge congratulations to this group. This is awesome. Chucktown Homes leading the charge, Synergy Group, Coastal Edge, Gamewell, and Scott Baskin team. I love it. Let's give them a hand. Taking listings. And Wistings sold. Chucktown leading the way. Synergy Group, Rosin team, the SC Real Estate chick, Brian Mack, and Scott Baskin team. Let's give them a hand. That's awesome. Page 102 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. Does anybody know what's on it? No, that's 88. Listings. Yeah, I should. I don't have mine in front. Yeah, I just make up page numbers, by the way. Nobody's figured that out. Go take listings. So February closed units. Chucktown, Synergy Group, Roz, Infinity Group, SC Real Estate Chick, Coastal Edge, and the Baskin team. Crushing it. Let's give them a hand. This is February numbers. And it's a shorter month. They closed 34 homes. That's awesome. My favorite, I love scoreboards. So on the left is month to date. So that was February numbers. On the right, year to date. So January and February. So a huge congratulations. I see her back there. Bobby leading the charge month to date. Duncan, Brian, Josh, Tony, Sarah, Holly, Tara, John, and Christina. Let's give them a hand. Those are February. Yeah, it's a heck of a month. Uh-oh, go back. You're fast today. Man, this is amazing. Year to date, Holly leading the charge. Tony, Bobby, Josh, Duncan, Christina, Amy, Brian, John, and Sarah. Let's give them a hand. That's awesome.
Where would you go next?
2 months into the year. February is a short month. That's what I hear. Look at those numbers. That is awesome, awesome production. Changing lives. I love to see it. The groups. Whew, that's a lot of production. February, Chucktown Homes, Synergy Group, Infinity, Roz, Scott, SC Real Estate Chick, Coastal Edge, Charleston Diggs, SC Sold, and Rose Gold. But let's give them a hand. That's awesome. I love it. And year to date, you got Chucktown lead the charge. I think they were just down in Savannah and launched a 10-person team. So if you want to learn about expansion, go talk to Chucktown. Right? They just launched the 10-person team down in Savannah, which is awesome. Synergy Group, Charleston Diggs, Scott and team, Infinity Group, Roz, Coastal Edge, SC Real Estate Chick, SC Sold, and the Chapman Group. Welcome to the family. I love to see it. Jumping onto the leaderboard right away. I love it. All right. Who knows what profit share is? Love it. Yes, I love profit share. It's passive income, right? One of the coolest things about, in my opinion, KW is really the differentiation between KW and other brokerages, I believe, is the conversations and the culture within the hallway, right? The conversations are different and they're not just about real estate. I saw a quote, and I think it's in here somewhere, and Tony Robbins talked about how 80% of life, or 80% of everything, is about mindset and psychology, and 20% is about skill. Skill can get developed, skill can get changed and grown, right? Mindset, the same can be said, but sometimes we can get stuck in this idea that mindset is stuck, right? But the conversations around us is what changes that. And profit share, the conversation around cash flows is really something that's very different about KW and other places, because baked into the model is a way to create a secondary stream of money, right? Money is good for the good that it can do, without any capital down and without any risk. I don't know a lot of investments like that. So profit share is an awesome thing. On the 21st of every month, it gets deposited to your bank account. So Kathleen is leading the charge. Dustin, Nancy, Jeanette, Jay Hamilton Parker, Winnie, Jeremy, Alan, Maggie, and me down there at the bottom. I love to see it. It's awesome. Hope. Wow. That's pretty unbelievable. Let's clap. Yeah, let's clap. What percentage of individuals take advantage of profit share in all of Keller Williams? Do you know? What'd you say? It's a little higher. 30% about, right? And our office, you've seen the number increase year over year. We're about, do you know, Winnie, do you know what we're at? Yeah, I think we're like 27 or 28%. Well, years prior, it was lower than that, right? And it's a really cool thing when you get in. It's interesting to watch. I always watch like downlines. What's really interesting is once somebody gets one person into their downline, right, and goes and plays into that, into the profit share system, you see that number go from 1 to 3 way shorter than when they went from 0 to 1, right? Because they see it's possible and they see that money hit their account. It's an awesome thing. So take advantage. If you ever want to learn more about it, go to the Profit or Wealth Building Wednesdays, or just talk to Winnie or Jessica or myself or the leadership team. We can share more about it. Go ahead. Do you have something? Yeah, and share it with people. Share it with people. It's awesome. Cappers, I love cappers. Trenton Seckinger, saw him walking around. Jessica Lucas, Bobby Rose, Allison, and Jacob. Let's give them a hand. Awesome. 100% of their commissions. I love it. First closings, these are even better. Whoa, there's a lot. Look at all these people. This is amazing. Let's give them all a hand. I can't. I see some of them in the room, so congratulations. That's a lot of words on there. And welcome to the family. Fletcher, Stephen, Bronson, Kristen, Ernest, Katie, Scott, and Devin. Let's give them a hand. I know Ernest is watching up in Somerville. If you see him around, say hello. This is the first day, so welcome, Ernest. Happy birthday. Anybody today? What's the date? 17th? Nope. You're not singing today. You're lucky. Oh, man, that'd be good. Let's give all these people, let's give them a hand. Happy birthday to all of them. If you see them, say hello. What we got next? Oh, yeah, KWYP. Right.
Okay, cool. Okay, so KWYP's mission is to develop the next generation of leaders. And figured I'd put that out there, be official. So a couple of things that are happening. There is New York City launch party, Space Coast launch party. Yesterday was the San Diego launch party. And then one of the reasons that the launch parties are so cool is actually where we create a lot of connections, referral partners, and increase our GCI, just to be super freaking frank. So just a really great way to, you know, get in touch and network with other agents across the country that are potentially, you know, doing something similar to you in general. And then we do have the Southeast Regional Summit. It's going to be in Nashville. It's going to be pretty awesome. They put a regional summit together last year in Atlanta. We went to a ball game afterwards and it was amazing. We had Jeff Saturday as a speaker. So just like that was his favorite part. And so just a lot of opportunity to network and grow and learn. Board numbers? I have them in a bag. So, well, fun fact, I'll just share with you. I'll share with you really quick. I know them approximate, they'll be within 10%. So please forgive me that I might be a little bit off. But in general, in 2021 versus over 2020, the region was up about 10%. And all of the members of KWYP were up in the 130 to 140% across all categories. That means listings sold, volume sold, GCI earned, closed volume, like everything. So every single place that the region might have been up, you know, based on the market or whatever, we were up 130 some percent over them. So you are who you are in business with, you know.
I love it. Let's get that in. Love it, dude. It speaks to the idea. Broke it. Don't worry, it's just a clip, I think. So it speaks to this idea that we're the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time around, right? And nobody ever says that those 5 people are usually running away from us to five other people, right? Which is always fun. But when you look at those categories, when we look at some of the segments, and there's going to be a lot of conversation around segments in Keller Williams moving forward. I know that we've got the sports and entertainment segment. We've got the luxury division. We're about to make a cool announcement about the luxury division and how you can take advantage of some of the amazing things Keller Williams International is doing to drive value to those agents that play in the luxury space. You've got KWYP. You've got all these different segments that we can take advantage of to bring more value to our clients and, bless you, Amy, and grow our business. Couldn't even hear it, but I saw it. And grow our business. So take advantage of things like YP and pay attention to these segments, because there's going to be a lot of discussion, because you put yourself in circles, right, of really high-minded individuals. High-minded individuals and being a part of really high-level conversations creates awesome ideas, creates awesome action, creates more money so that we can help people, right? So it's an awesome thing. What do we got next? There's a chapter meeting on 3/12 last week. But there's one coming up. You're up. Yeah.
All right. So, will you click for me? Okay, good. Delisha is having Lending 101 on Friday. So if you would like to participate in this, lunch is going to be provided. Maybe you need a refresher. Maybe you've never had any formal training on the process. Come to Friday at 11:30, Lending 101. Email Laura, myself, or Delisha to register, or comment on the Facebook page. That way we have a head count. Delisha, do you want to speak to any of that? Or did I cover? She loves a good lunch, so. All right. March 2022 calendar. The one thing is coming up at the end of the month. If you haven't read this, I know the MREA book club's going on, but this might be a good thing to kind of add into your business a little bit. So the one thing is a 2-part series, 23rd and the 30th. Would you like to add to that? Okay, great. Next, come on, faster. The leverage series with Shelby Ryburn is
the 23rd through the 24th. This is going to be in the Fort Mill Market Center. Career Visioning, 30, 60, 90, success through others. If you guys are ever looking to hire an admin in the future, maybe right now, or you're building a team, maybe you have a team, this is something you definitely should go through. Or if you would like to learn more about yourself and the process of the KPA, it's a great class to go to. It'll also be covered by your education fund. Register for it and attend, it will be reimbursed. So it's kind of a no-brainer not to
There's
not
also
go.
one coming up in April up in Raleigh. I think it's Jonathan Dupree I think it's Jonathan Dupree. Do you remember? Did you see that? Yeah. And this is one of my favorite classes in KW. I've taken it, I don't know, 10 plus times. It's an amazing just concept, and the whole course is all around, again, how to find talent, develop talent, and retain talent. But it's also about like you, right? How do you stay involved? How do you keep growing? How do you understand like self-mastery? We've talked about the 6 personal perspectives. The number 1 6 personal perspective is self-mastery. This course really helps us understand ourself too, and our personality and behavior and the way that we think. It's an unbelievable course to get involved in, and to go and see different instructors. You hear different perspective, right? That's the beauty of Ignite. If you think about it, it's this every month that we run Ignite, it's a different instructor teaching that course, usually, right? It's awesome to hear different perspective from instructors. And it's the same with CV. I've never seen Shelby, but she's a rock star. She was she's an OP now. She was a TL in Fort Mill. She was a regional director. She understands building teams and finding talent. So if you have time, go.
All right, April, we have a lot of classes with CES. Your business is your database, Tech Tuesday, Bulletproof Your Transaction. And then at the end, there's a presentation is everything, which is a 2-part series as well. So if any of those would benefit your business, which they should, register for them. They're on our calendar as well.
Unbelievable. She's awesome. She's unbelievable. And we talk so much about sphere of influence and database management, right? Your business grows to the extent that you do, and it's directly correlated to the size of your database. The bigger our database, the bigger our business. So that's an awesome class to get into. That's on Friday. What is that? April 1st. Yeah, get there.
Yes, they are online. Yes, it's a Zoom like registration link. All right, well, you can't really see it, but save the date. It's our awards luncheon is going to be April 6th at the Cooper River Room. I believe it's, yes. We're going to send out more information with Eventbrite link to sign up. So that will be in the recap email that we send out. April 6th, that's a Wednesday. Have some food, maybe a happy hour afterwards. Probably going to be around 1 p.m. right now. So just so y'all know, mark it down. Music, some food.
Keep an eye out in the Facebook groups. We're gonna do superlatives and voting for superlatives. I just threw that out there. We're gonna do that, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it. So make sure you vote for the best, whatever, all the superlatives. Yeah, I don't want to be voted for, but it's gonna be great. See you on the 6th.
April 6th. Next. What's next? Look, come on, gotta be quicker than that. So we have obviously June 30th is license renewals for those renewing in the even years. So even year, whatever it is. No, the even or odd. So every 2 years, your license renews. If you're brand new to the business, you have to take a total of 16 credit hours. Being a member of CTAR, just so y'all know that. Sometimes it gets a little confusing. We'll be sending out more information regarding continuing ed, but this is one of the classes. It's free May 18th. This will be in the Mount Pleasant office. Home Probe is putting this on, and there will be food, and you get 2 free CE classes. So get ahead of it. Even if you're not renewing this year, you can go ahead and start getting ahead of it instead of waiting to the last minute. Any of y'all? I know a lot of agents do that. So, all right. If y'all have any questions, let me know.
All right, let's give Kristen a hand. All right, February year-to-date review. That would be January through February. That's 2 months, just so you know. So closed units. I talked about that idea, like our vision, right? And create an environment based in productivity and collaboration to help people build the business of their dreams and create a legacy worth leaving. When you see closed units up 67% and the market's down, that's it's just unbelievable to see. We're making the right choices to help people, right? And when we see that, again, all these numbers, like I think from the standpoint of how many closed units we closed, let's see, I don't remember it. Last month it was 86. Is this the right one? This is the wrong multi-year trends. It was, how many closed units did we sell last month? It was like 111, 120. 67% more than the year prior. When we say 67% more, what does that mean? Yeah, a lot more. Means for every 10 units we sold last year, we sold 6 more. What's 6 times 10,000? 60,000. That's $60,000 more to our agents than the year prior. That's pretty awesome. It's unbelievable, actually, when you think about it. It's 983.36% higher than the MLS. Well, that's a big number. So good job. Let's give it a hand. It's awesome. Closed volume. Volume is a good thing. Volume's up. Does anybody know what's the market up? What's average sales price up right now? Yeah. You're the real estate agents. 14% or something? Yeah. Right? Yeah, I think it's 14%. Don't be afraid to say it. You're the local experts. 14%. So closed volume is up. That's awesome. It's up 7%. That number's, well, 7.3% for the MLS. We're up 81%. 48.5 million. What? 118 units. 40, how much? 48.5 million. And how much did we sell in February of last year? 28.1 million. 45 million this year. The year prior, 28 million. That's unbelievable growth. Highest listing sold volume we've ever had. A lot. It's pretty awesome. It's unbelievable. What's next? Listings taken. 66.7% increase. That's amazing. Market's down 6.49%. It's 1127% more. That's a lot, like 1,127% more. Jeez, what a goofy number to look at. So for every 10 listings we took last year, we took 6.6 more this year. Unbelievable. That's a good thing. Let's give them a hand. All right, my favorite. Money is good for the good that it can do. Year to date, well, month to date, GCI was up 81.4%. Year to date, we're up 80%. How much in GCI did we sell in 2019? And when I say we, that's all of these numbers are, it's the sum of what all of the agents have done, right? So what was, we'll get it. It was like in 2019. Was it 19? It was 2.8 million in 2019. In 2020, we're going to get the numbers. Watch. I grabbed the wrong multi-year trends. This is what happens.
I was downloading it.
Thanks for the help, team. No, I know the numbers, but 2019, how much did we do in GCI? Yep. It was 2.9 million. In 2020, in 2018, I'll just do it. I'll do it. This is why we can't have nice things.
We're moving back to 105.
I've got it right here. All right. No, I have it right here. So in 2019, thank God I brought this in here. GCI. This is awesome. 2.8 million. Yeah, I will. I'm good at it. 2019, 2.8 million. 2019, 2020, 5.8 million. So that's double, right? So 6 million. So 3 million to 6 million. Last year, 14 million. This year, we're already up 80% and we've done 2.5 million, which means we're probably on track for almost 28 to 30 million in GCI. Another year doubling. That's amazing. That's a lot of money back to the agents. That's an awesome, awesome thing. You're helping a lot of people when we're making choices, the hard choices to go and find people, because I hear it's relatively difficult out there, right? From a real estate perspective. Yeah, kind of tough, right? But we're making the choices to go and help people, find people, making the and helping them. And we're getting paid to do so, as you deserve to be. So that's an awesome thing. 80.9% increase year over year. Let's give it a hand. All right, talk about people that are changing lives. We have an awesome agent spotlight. We have any seats up there? All right, come on up, Allison, Adam, and Camilla, and Stephanie. Stephanie just left. We'll start without Stephanie. Yeah, she's like, oh gosh, I'm out of here. Up. Come on up, you're here. You can sit here. I'm gonna go stand over here next to Adam. Hey, what's up, man? Do a Spartan anytime soon?
I did too last week. 2 weeks ago. My
goodness gracious.
You're
You're gonna do the trifecta?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, where are my questions? Did I send you? I think we sent you questions, right? Yeah. I made them up this morning. Sorry, team. So we've talked so much about listings, right? A ton about listings. There's another side to the equation too, I think, right? Buyers. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? I feel like I was come on over. And we always talk about the rainmakers. We always talk about team leaders. And we wanted to take an opportunity to spotlight some amazing individuals on teams because they're crushing it, absolutely crushing it. So the first question, what do you love most about being on a team? We'll start over here with you. Sorry.
Start over with me.
We'll just pull past it.
So our team's
Introduce yourself first. I'm sorry.
You're just diving right in.
Yeah,
Got me excited. Adam Corson. I'm with the Scott Baskin team. Scott right over there. Yeah. So we have a really close and fun team, which is something that I really like. Not only inside the office, but outside the office. We do stuff outside of work. It always ends up talking about real estate in some way, but we have a lot of fun outside the office too. With that, I'd say it's a group of like-minded individuals who kind of share a common goal of, boosting each other up, helping each other out when the deals get tough. Scott's got years and years of experience going through all the ups and downs. So having Scott, whenever we need access to him is definitely super helpful from a training aspect, when deals get tough, things like that. And just, I'd say the fact that all of us really are invested in each other's success. So kind of boosting each other up and helping each other up. And we really want everyone to succeed. So just training, accountability, and having the access to kind of whatever questions and problems we may run into.
Love it. That's awesome. Let's give him a hand. Yeah. Allison, tell us who's Allison? And the question was, what do you love most about being on the team?
Allison Salmon. I'm a buyer specialist for that SC Real Estate Chick team with Ronnie Haskell. And I would say, similar to you, our team is like a family. So we do work together, but we do life together. And like a family, I never feel like I'm alone. Ronnie's got 20 years experience in real estate. And I know that as good as I am at what I do, she will always have a creative card in her back pocket or something that I haven't encountered before. And, you know, I feel like I can go out of town when I need to, or have a family emergency because we all have each other's back. So that's what I would say.
Hi, I'm Camilla Corson. I'm on the Scott Baskin team. So I mean, like Adam and I are like a team on a team, but I would just say like all of the collaboration and teamwork that we have all together. So, if you're ever feeling down about what's going on with the crazy market, or if you ever have questions, like we're all there for each other for support. So I would just say like all of us being a family and being there for each other. So you're not alone. You're not just by yourself doing this in this market. You're a family and working hard together. So yeah. Yay.
Hi, y'all. I'm Stephanie Clark. I'm with Chucktown Homes, and I'm a buyer specialist. I've been a solo agent and I've been on teams, and I would say this is the first team where I've really felt like I've had all the tools and systems that I've needed to really fulfill. I know we get taught a lot about the 80-20 rule. I've really been able to fulfill that. I mean, I literally go on appointments and write contracts, and that's all I really wanted to do. And I don't feel bogged down with all of the, day-to-day chores of being an agent, and it really helps me focus on just being really productive and producing. So that for me is one of the biggest and greatest things about being on a team, is having all those tools and that the actual team behind you to really be a top producer. And then like everyone else is saying, just having that family oriented environment. Anytime anybody has a question, you always have someone to reach out to for resources or encouragement or support.
So what has been the most challenging in this market and how have you overcome it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the most challenging thing right now is obviously inventory. And, what I'm noticing is my buyers who aren't cash buyers. And I think everyone who's a buyer's agent can really feel that. And so the big thing I think we're always taught as agents is people want to work with someone that they like, know, and trust. And I've kind of turned that and kind of flipped it on its head. And the three things that I've really focused on to really help my buyers succeed in this market is knowledge, transparency, and kindness. And knowledge, because you have to be in this market an MLS expert. You have to be an expert in, if your buyer is an investor, you have to know all of the short-term rental rules. You've got to, your buyers are constantly going to be on Zillow or realtor.com. You know that. So in turn, I'm on the MLS all day. I want to be the first one to send them a listing when it comes up. And then on top of that, I want to also be that person that's looking for listings that don't exist. So what I'll do is I'll call listings that are already under contract. I will look for cancel listings, temporary off market. Constantly networking with people who may have something that will put my buyer in a situation where they're not having to compete with some other buyers. And then transparency, when I first meet them, I'm completely upfront. I tell them the market situation. And when I tell them that they're ready to put in an offer, I straight up say, if you aren't ready to put in 50 to 100K over asking, you're not going to get it. Like, how bad do you want this house? And a lot of times they will go all in and they'll get the house. And if they aren't really ready, they'll say, you know what, this is not the house. Let's wait for the next one. And when they're ready, they get the house. So I don't think you should be afraid to really be open and honest about what's happening because they'll thank you for it in the end. And then, just being kind. This market's really tough, not only to your buyer, but be kind to the listing agent. One thing that has really, really helped me is when we put offers in, I call the listing agent, I make friends with them, I become their best friend, and I would tell you a couple of times it's got me the deal. So people want to work with people they like, and they want to know that the house is going to close. So I would say be kind to both sides of the deal.
That's good. All right, one more time.
Okay, yeah. That's exactly what has been the most challenging in this market and how have you overcome it?
Okay. So obviously, I mean, inventory is low, but it's not necessarily like homes are not coming on the market. Homes are coming on the market. They're just, gone in a couple hours or tomorrow. So what Adam and I are doing in specifically like buyer consultations. And if someone's a first time home buyer, we're explaining to them, you might not get the first house we put an offer on. We might have to put 5 offers in. So we're kind of like giving them those expectations ahead of time that don't get emotionally attached to the first house. It's going to be okay, and kind of explaining all the different processes of what you have to do to win an offer ahead of time. Yes, we are going to negotiate for you, but it's going to be a different type of tactic in negotiations. We're going to be going most likely at list price or above asking price, but then there's different special ways to win offers within those, within the contract. So kind of explaining that, because everyone comes in thinking, oh, I need a deal. Like I'm buying a house, I need a deal. So as experts, we're explaining all of our, expertise ahead of time. Another way we're getting ahead of the market, and this is because Adam and I are married and work together and spend 24/7 together. If say like I have a client and I'm at a showing, and of course a house pops on the market, and we've trained them, if you really like it, you have to see it right away. And say I'm booked out with appointments, I'll text Adam and he can be showing like another one of my clients, or vice versa for him. So we can be having 2 appointments at the same time. And I know another thing you'll probably explain, like the offer in the car thing. But yeah, so we kind of work together. And the same thing with being on the Scott Baskin team. I was just at a listing appointment the other day, and we needed to write an offer on a house because she needed to sell her house to buy her next house. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like we have to put her house on the market tonight because we're writing an offer on a new house today. So I'm calling up our operations director and Scott, and we're putting together like photos for the next morning right away while I'm driving home, because I don't have time for, I don't have time to drive an hour home from Somerville. So it's just that kind of support is like everyone working together and kind of getting things done quickly, because we don't have time to wait till tomorrow to think about what I need to do and put things up. So that's me.
That's great.
So while you guys were sitting here talking, I'm like, I mean, I think, the attitude has to be, it's a race, and being the first, being the fastest, getting that information, needed. Being on a team is a huge part of that. And being able to rely on the admin or somebody else to help you, write that offer, get in what you need. But I also think attitude is a huge part of helping prepare the buyers. Having the confidence that like, it may not be this house, it may not be the next one, but we're going to do this. And having that attitude that we're relentless until we get that deal, till we get that house. And we'll be the first ones in the door, setting that expectation of when we see it, we have to go. This is not, let's think about it for 3 days and sleep on it for a while. This is, we have to jump. And so having those conversations, getting ahead of it. And then, we've been really successful. People will always work with who they like. And that is immensely important with the listing agent. You know, they will root for you once you form that relationship. They want to do the transaction. It's not just winning the offer, it's getting to the closing table. So really, I always have that conversation with the listing agent. What do your buyers, I mean, what do your sellers want? What day do they want to close? What's important to them? What don't they want to leave? You know, really getting down, because it's a lot of times it's not just the money. Anybody can throw money at a contract, but it's the details of the contract of, you know, what did the sellers ultimately need to make this the perfect contract? And then getting the buyers to do that. And then finally, I would say just getting creative in what your buyers can do extra, whether that's throwing money towards repairs, throwing money towards closing costs. I always tell my clients, it's all monopoly money, right? Like we're paying a mortgage at the end of the day, whether that mortgage is $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month. But when you're actually dangling a carrot of cash in front of their face, whether that's, hey, we'll chip in for repairs. Hey, we'll chip in for your closing costs. That is cash that they feel coming in and out of their pocket. And that is a huge impactful asset when you're trying to negotiate on behalf of your buyers.
So I would say something that was really helpful for us to be able to kind of connect to our buyers is we just bought a house for ourselves in December. We wrote the offer, closed in January. Throughout that process, seeing it from the personal side of, you know, the first one we wrote an escalation clause, we wrote a personal letter, we were well over ask price. We did all the things that we would say to do, and we got beat out in a multiple offer situation. So that was really helpful to be able to connect to what a lot of people are now going through, because we experienced it firsthand. So, you know, when you pull out all of the things to make this really beautiful, perfect offer, and you're well over and you do all those things, it can definitely be a bummer. So being able to prepare your buyers and speak from a standpoint like, hey, we get it, this happened to us as well, like, and really like connect on that level, was a way to kind of turn a little bit of an unfortunate situation into a good learning opportunity and something that we're able to use now, because that preparation, I think, is the biggest thing with buyers, because if you're not cash, I mean, it's tough to get things right now.
It's a great answer. You're hearing a lot of similarities, by the way. Standards and expectations, how important standards and expectations are, right? Having conversations with your, I'm sure they can hear me, I'm loud as all hell. Yeah. Standards and expectations, having conversations and understanding what your buyer needs and what they can do, right? And then empathizing. I love that last point that Adam made around the empathy, right? Understand being kind, right? Understanding that this isn't necessarily something that's easy for them to go through. They're going to lose. Set that expectation up front, be empathetic in it, right? And then use some of the different strategies. I love that. So what, from a leaving this amazing group with a couple of pieces of advice or strategies around doing business in this market and helping people, what would you leave the group with?
So what exactly is the question?
I don't know. I can't read the handwriting. What's your last piece of it? Yeah, I can't read the handwriting. What's your last piece of advice?
I would just say, yeah, just kind of connect with your clients. At the end of the day, we all do a lot of transactions, so it's easy for us to kind of not really be as connected into it when an offer is lost and they're real bummed out. And it's like, oh, well, we'll get you the next one. But if you can really kind of connect with those clients and kind of see where they're coming from and prepare them properly for this market and just kind of all the things that are going on, that'll, you know, lead to all sorts of things down the line. We have people that text us all the time with referrals because they're just so happy with how much we connected and how much we helped with, and just doing the right thing as much as you can and just over communicating in every situation.
Love it. How about you, Allison? What would you leave us with?
I would say probably just commit to consistency. We're expecting our buyers to stay the course, and whether it's this house, the next house, 5 houses later that we're competing on, just for us to stay consistent, that we're still hunting that MLS every day. We're still hunting listings that are not necessarily on the market, and just staying the course in that for our buyers to benefit, whether it's this particular client or the next one.
My advice would be positivity, just staying positive in every situation, and trying to keep your clients happy, because it can be a stressful situation. It can be nerve-wracking if it's the first time they're selling their house after the first time they bought it. Just making sure that they know that they're making a good decision, and that you're the expert, and that, you know, if they're stressed, try to solve the problem before it gets to them. Really just, and also with buyers, you know, oh, I'm never going to get a house. I'm never going to, you know, they always come up with all these excuses, like maybe I'll just rent, like I can't find anything. It's been months. And just remind them that, like, it's fine. This is how it is, and explain the situation, and keep them happy and going. That's it.
To kind of piggyback off what you said, yeah, just always being that North Star for your client and in the transaction. I think the biggest piece of advice I would give is to definitely, and I'm guilty of this too, is keep your emotions out of it. It's so easy to get frustrated with your buyers or the sellers or the listing agent. And you just have to keep focused on the goal, which is to get to the closing table. And if you can do that, I think, you know, you can be that North Star for everybody and really keep things together. And I think that's really the most important thing.
Stella has something to add too.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so hold on. Microphone.
Okay, so I just posted a couple of weeks ago a spreadsheet to like Stephanie, everybody talking about like having stuff off market and everything. I posted a spreadsheet. I've talked to Joseph about it. He says it's okay. We all have properties that we know if people would find their next property, that this property would come on the market. And I've created a spreadsheet. It is pinned to that collaboration page that's between Mount Pleasant and here, the Greater Charleston Keller Williams Network. I'll go in and comment on it and bring it back up to the top of the post. If you've got properties where you've got a seller that would sell if they could find their next house, put what their house is and put what they're looking for. And then we can all use each other as resources to be able to find our people these properties, so that we are not having to go necessarily, still go door knock and all those things. But like, if there's something there that Stephanie, I have a house that Stephanie's people need. If I can find the house that my people need, then we can start kind of trading these houses in and out in our brokerage and make those numbers go up even more. Okay, that's all. Please contribute to this.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Does anybody have any buyer or seller needs? Wow. All right, we're going. Go ahead. Who wants to say them?
Stephanie, you got one that you need.
Yeah.
I have a VA buyer. They're looking for something, honestly, at this point anywhere. Top budget's $450K. They like a 3-2, big yard, anywhere.
Awesome. Who else? T, you said you had one? I can just talk. You got to talk into the Zooms.
I need West Ashley 475 and under, 3-2 ideal. I need a master down. That's what I really need. So if anyone has that. Also, I'm gonna steal this mic for a second. Quick question, opinion. Has anyone been seeing this tactic where listing agents will put a property on the market and right when they list have a highest and best deadline?
Yes.
Yes. Have y'all dealt with it with buyers, and have you found it to be a net negative to your buyer offering on that property? No?
No, you're setting an expectation, and as the buyer's agent, when you have the listing like that, then you've got a gap. You know, you don't have to be there that hour. Nobody's gonna be competing in an offer in that hour.
So I would tend to agree. I listed one last week, and it's the first time I had a highest and best call, because that's what the buyer's agents were demanding from me. That time came and nobody submitted an offer. Why? I called all them back. It was the same story. Our buyers have been through this 5, 10 times. They're sick of losing out. They felt like they couldn't compete. It was the first time that's ever happened to me. So I have another listing coming on, the catalyst for this question. It is insane how the grapevine has opened up. The seller's getting their door knocked down. I'm getting calls from, Aunt Betty, who's related to Uncle Joe, who married Tom. It's insane. So we're thinking about doing that coming out of the gate. Wanted y'all's opinion on if that's or it would shy away our buyers. That's it. Agreed. My concern is at this point, there are so many people getting in, and I know that there's people who have dug into every aspect of that house. And if I'm in that situation as the buyer's agent, I'm gonna get my offer in right when that thing goes live. The expiration is gonna be short. The seller's wigging out. They're uber scared of that. So I think that's the tactic we're gonna take, is do a deadline on the onset.
Using the showing time email blast.
Bottom line, no one has major qualms seeing a listing pop up that already has a highest and best deadline. That's what I'm hearing. It's the norm once you have them.
I'm telling my clients that they got to present highest and best at every offer that they're putting in. So I don't think it bothers the buyer's agent.
You said as buyer's agents,
Okay,
so we're not jumping like popcorn. And we don't want buyers to submit offers out of fear of missing out. We want a buyer that can come in 1, 2, 3 times, educate themselves, maybe get someone on the crawl space. So the offers that you do receive, they have executed some sort of due diligence prior to submitting. It's a more qualified buyer. It's my 2 cents.
Also on that, you as the listing agent, I mean, and I don't mean you, I mean the collective you have the obligation for your sellers to communicate from the very first. So if you've got a showing, not waiting, being really forthcoming on that communication with that buyer's agent. Hey, I don't have an offer in hand yet, but we know we're going to have a deadline for Sunday at 2:00, and making sure that every agent that you speak to knows that.
By the way, I agree with you. I just want to know what other brains think about it.
I love it. Well, yeah.
Someone say, well, we're going to give you 24 hours or take it off the market.
Sure.
Take it off the market, because I said Sunday at 6. And I know there's going to be multiple offers in a popular house. So if you do that, that person actually came back around on Sunday and wanted to submit the offer. But basically, the offer didn't compete with the other offer. So you think that's strategy?
Yeah, what's the list? 1106.
The new listing is 1106 North Charles Shadow in Mount Pleasant.
It's on Shim Marsh.
It's on Shem Marsh. What's the price point? 500,000.
It's a 3-2 at 1350 square feet.
3.2, 1350 square feet.
And now Tiffany has some from the Zoom.
There's a couple in the Zoom world, as Vince likes to call it. Wendy has a buyer need, 2 million in Folly, more bedrooms, the better. And then Roz has 250 and under buyer need. So
I love it. Well, oh, do you have one?
Yeah. I need anything preferably master down, but I specifically need Coosaw Creek Country Club.
Awesome.
Up to 850. It's a very, it's a single couple, so they need about 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. Okay.
There you go. I love it. All right, team. Well, thank you so. Oh, you got another? Last one. Here you go, Shannon. Sharon.
I do need a 270 and under. I'm trying to do 240, of course, 240, 250, Goose Creek, North Charleston and or Ladson, and he must have a garage and a spacious kitchen.
Awesome.
I need James or John's Island, preferably a mother-in-law suite up to 8 if you have someone.
This is good. All right, team. I appreciate everybody coming out. We are humbled to be in business with everybody. You guys are the best. Let's give 'em a hand. Have a good one. To the top we grow.